This is the City of Daytona Beach Economic Development Advisory Board for a special meeting on March 5th. We have a quorum, but go ahead and call roll call, please.
Thomas Blunt.
Here.
Tim Davis.
Here.
Phil Ellinger. Present. Carol Killian.
Here.
Larry McDermott.
Here.
Ruth Prager.
Here.
Bishop Derek Triplett. We have a quorum.
Okay, if you read the minutes to the December 18th meeting, I need a approval.
Second. Third.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it passes. Project Blue Sky.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We have Project Blue Sky this morning. It is an expansion project. First page of the application. Let's see, skipping through to page 3. This is a curious one. We have annual average wage of the current employees are at $71,098. The average annual wage of the new employees, of which they're going to be 58, is $52,890. You see that displayed in the next chart in item 3. If you look at item 4, you look at cumulative payroll for the retained jobs, it's 175 million and change. For the new jobs, it's 18 million and change, for a grand total of 194,388,000 and change. Moving to page 4, the percentage hiring goal for Daytona Beach residents is 90%. This project will cause about $12 million of investment. With that, we do have Mr. Scott McCarthy here, who represents the company. I just noticed this on his resume. He attended Slippery Rock University, which I happen to know a little bit about, and Oakland University. I used to live in Pontiac, Michigan. So, welcome, Mr. McCarthy, for comments.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, if you can state your name and address, please.
My name is Scott McCarthy. I'm the Corporate Facilities and Property and Facilities Manager for Masco Administrative Services. We're on 260 Jimmy Ann Drive. We're in the old Service Merchandise building behind the mall. Would you like to just outline what we're going to currently do? Right now, we are at about 64,000 square feet in the Service Merchandise building, of which 20,000 is warehouse. We are looking at a new corporate office. What we are is Masco Administrative Services is a subsidiary solely owned identity of Masco Corporation. Masco Corporation are parent companies out of Taylor, Michigan. We own such things as Behr Paint, Delta Faucets, Craft-Made Cabinets. Our division is the contractor division of it. We're sometimes called Masco Contracted Services. We have 195 divisions from California to Maine. Our number one product is we do insulation. We're the number one company in installation of insulation. Installation of insulation.
That's
a tough one. That's a tough one.
9 more times.
From Yale, right?
Well, how we got to the size we did was we acquired companies like Gale Insulation, like Vern's Insulation. We have Williamson. We have subsidiary names all throughout the country. What we do here out of our offices is we are the sole headquarters for all those divisions. We pay their rent, we pay their payroll, we have human resources, we have IT department, we have a call center, we have accounting, corporate governance. It's all out of this. Currently we have about 242 employees and we're busting at the seams. So we're looking at Daytona Beach, we're looking at DeLand, we're looking at Lake Merion. We also have the option of Taylor, Michigan, because our corporate subsidiary has like about 400,000 square feet up there, and they only use about 200,000. Right now, we're struggling to bring on new hires because we just don't have the room for it. So what we're doing is we're looking at for about a 75,000 square foot building with the option to go to 100,000. The numbers that Emory has of 58 employees over the next 10 years is a conservative. We could add our own collection department and add 30 to 40 in a matter of a couple of months. So right now, we're doing our due diligence to see where is our best fit and what's the best fit for Masco, because we are in the hiring mode, so we have to be able to attract the talent and bring them into a nice facility. Bringing them right now into the service merchandise, even though we fixed it up, is a little bit subpar.
Now, right now, you rent that?
Yes, we
is that
do.
From the Fishers?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And there are several sites, as you said, within Daytona Beach and outside of Daytona Beach?
Yes, we are working with Dick McNerney and the Fisher Group. We are working with Consolidated Tomoka. Ed Schwartz has a site at I-4 and I-44. Crescent Communities in Lake Mary is a present one, and then our home office up in Taylor.
So are there any specific items that you're looking for that Daytona Beach could actually serve better in that regard?
Daytona Beach would serve better because the bulk of our employees come from this area. If we could find a site and stay relatively or in Daytona Beach close to the highway, we could probably gain access for all our employees. Would we like to stay? Yes, we would. I think that we have called Daytona Beach our home, but again, just
It's
like...
about 10 years, hasn't it?
Yep. But just like anything else, we have people to report to, so we have to lay it out in a nice picture.
Sure, sure. Any questions from the group here? Carol, you always have a question.
No, go ahead.
Ruth, anybody have a question?
I'm just delighted that we are focusing our employment branding toward Daytona residents.
Yeah.
I would like that, I like that, thanks.
Yeah, and I think if the deal goes and we stay in Daytona, I think our talent and research has to get a little bit better of a relationship with our local institutes and colleges. Because like I said, our average wage going in is going to be around 52, and that's actually a conservative number. So we hire all of our employees with degrees and most times masters in specified fields. So it only makes sense to work with the local universities and institutes.
I like that.
So, okay, if we do this, and I'm sure we will vote for it, you will stay here, you think? I mean,
More than likely, this is where we want to go. This is our first choice. But again, I have to present it to our CEO, and then our CEO presents it to Taylor.
Are the other places larger or smaller? Why would you be looking elsewhere?
To give it a perspective that we went and looked, to give the options to let them know that we've been out and we've done our due diligence, and we can firmly say that Daytona Beach is where we want to be.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Did any of the chamber want to speak, or Rob, or anyone? Okay. Do we have a motion or any type
I
of
move we
motion?
accept the application.
I'll second.
Excuse me.
I was just going to recognize that one of our members is...
Oh, he's over on the phone, though. That doesn't count.
Well, should we delay until he gets back up?
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
No, we got a quorum.
Okay.
Anybody else? No other comments? Is there any comments from the board? It would.
You want to
Bishop Triplett, get off the phone and come up here, please.
I said no, can I?
No, please, come on up.
Retract that? Take it back.
Sure.
Yeah, give Bishop Triplett enough time to get up here. I know the day is so.
Be logged in as a meeting president.
We can seat you over there, Bishop.
Okay. Rob, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good morning, Rob Earhart with the county's Economic Development Group. My office is at the Daytona Beach International Airport at 700 Catalina Drive in Daytona Beach. I just wanted to bring to this board's attention the fact that the Volusia County Council on February 20th voted to approve a request for participation in the Qualified Targeted Industry Tax Refund Program. What that means is that the county is approved 20% of the 100% pot of money that would be used to pay tax refund eligible expenses to the company should they make a decision to stay here and should they qualify per the tenets of the program. So the county is supportive of this, and again, just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. Thank you.
Well, let me review the bidding here for just a little bit and just make sure that we understand. This is direct benefit to your company by virtue of the benefits of the landlord, which would flow through to the company, correct? All right. And that would basically probably come in your rent or CAM or your real estate property tax adjustment, correct? Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. Come on, George, yes.
Thank you. George Mirabal. I'm with the Chamber of Commerce, 126 East Orange Avenue. We've been working with this project since August when Scott and I first met at Olive Garden in Ibot. And we've been working.
That's the first, Scott.
So we've been working on this project for 7 months now, and I can't say how cooperative everybody has been. Emery and the city manager and Paul McKittrick, the county, especially Rob Earhart, and the chamber. And actually, this is the way economic development we envisioned was supposed to work, as a team effort. Everybody who was supposed to be involved was involved. And I did leave out the CEO Business Alliance, which there have been 2 meetings with them. And the principals there are extremely interested. And Kent Sharples may be at the City Commission meeting this evening. So we're proud that economic development is working the way this thing was structured 3 years ago when Phil was here, and we all worked on that together. About 85% of Scott's company is degreed. And when you look at the RFP and you ask why somewhere else, one of the things that caught my eye was that it had to be within a short distance with higher education and cultural amenities. And that was very important to them locally and especially in Michigan. And it sounded as though, and I asked, is that being written because of Lake Mary? And actually it is, because that's when I found out that 85% of their people were degreed, and they liked being in close proximity to UCF. We got into detail with our higher education here in Volusia County. So all of that came together, and the Chamber is recommending your passage, and again, passage this evening. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments from board members?
George, I think you don't quite give yourself enough credit, and Rob and Emery. This real process was back when I was really working, or pretending to. Really is Rob's and George's, Emery's baby. This all started 3 years ago, and I can remember when your company, you had some new officers coming in, and people were concerned about a headquarters building, and I can remember a meeting, including your city manager here at least 14 people over at Consolidated Tomoka, in which the community put their heads together and said, we want Masco here. What are we going to do, and how are we going to do it in order to continue to do it? And I'm really tickled that you've stayed with it, and that hopefully that the city ends up being where you are. So I just felt you should. This has been an ongoing process, and this is not something that happens. You said 3 months, 6 months ago, so it's been a lot longer, if you remember. And thanks for hanging in there.
Any other comments on the board?
Let me just say, and let me apologize, I had a very, very important call, so I've been out in the hallway, so I stepped in so that you all would at least know I was here. But we've been talking a lot over the last several years about the importance of retention. That's been, even way back when Phil was sitting over here, the issue of retention. And there are several projects that have come before us to where we've approved ad valorem tax exemptions to get them here. I think it's a no-brainer to approve ad valorem taxes to keep Masco here. I think it's real simple.
Any other comments? Entertain a motion?
I already made the motion.
Yeah,
Oh, did you? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Yes.
and I second
And she
it.
seconded.
Okay, so we have a motion for approval
Right, oh, yeah.
and a second. Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's approved. Any other business coming before this august group? Okay, our next meeting is the 19th? 19th, at 8 a.m. in this chamber. Okay? I entertain a motion for dismissal.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.